Savannah. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm so excited to go ahead and get started with your reading today. So before we get started, I do just want to say a prayer of protection, if you don't mind.
Yes, thank you.
Okay, good. Thank you so much for this opportunity to be here today to give this reading to Savannah. I just wanted to invite my guides, angels, as well as Savannah's guides and angels to this reading, giving immense gratitude for your presence here and allowing me to serve the highest good for Savannah. And if there is anything that she needs to know today, please allow me to be a channel for her and to give her the necessary information that she needs for her own guidance. Thank you again, and we do this out of love. Ashe.
Ashe.
Now, Savannah, is there anything that you wanted to cover today? Did you have any concerns?
I would like a general reading, and in that general reading, if we could focus a little bit on business.
Okay, good. Okay, so I'm just going to show you what cards we're using today. It's the Isis Oracle. Isis is an Egyptian goddess, and this is the guidebook that comes with this particular deck. I've just purchased these cards, so while I can read them intuitively, I will see what the book may say for you, okay?
They're very pretty.
Oh, thank you. I love these. And focusing on your general question in your business, I'm going to do a 3-card spread. And in this 3-card spread, it will highlight past, present, and future for you, okay?
Okay.
And so we're just going to rephrase the question and make it a little bit more clear for the guides to hear and understand. And that's, what should Savannah know for her highest good in regards to her business? So what should Savannah know? What lessons does she need to learn in order for her business to be successful, right? Because you know you want your business to be successful.
Yes.
Good. Okay. So we're going to see if we have any jumpers here. Just going to shuffle these. I'm not sure why my cards are making the lights flicker, but we'll see. I guess it's because of the reflection off of the card. So okay, we got a couple of jumpers that are trying to make a leap here. Sometimes you may have 2 cards that come out, and that's okay. But we're going to pair them together because that's what that means. They came out together, they're going to stay together. The flickering light should stop once I am done shuffling these cards here. So Savannah, what I'm going to ask you to do real quick is just cut the cards. Let's infuse some of your energy into this reading a little bit deeper and focus on your question. Okay. Good. So we're going to pull one more card here and see if anything is going to jump out, and if it doesn't, then that is okay. Okay, that one does not want to go back in there.
I'm so excited.
I know, right? I'm excited for you, dear. Okay, so what I'm going to do, normally I would have all of the 3 cards facing the client, but for the sake of the video, I have them facing towards the camera. So right now I'm going to turn over these 2 cards. And first, you see here I have one inverse, and then I have one regular, I guess, facing the camera. But I'm not going to read them inverse, as I mentioned before. Actually, both of them were inverse. But I'm going to read them side by side right here. So just to show the camera what cards came out. But now I'm going to turn them towards me so that I can look at these. And what's interesting when I first look at these cards is that they both look very similar. And these 2 cards were in the past position. And so we have the first card that says Awakening Divine Perception, Eye of Horus. And then the second one says The Brother in Darkness, Overcoming Negative Energy with Feminine Power. I already have an inkling of what these 2 actually mean, and because this card was actually, I believe, that came out first, so since this is in the past position, just with my own intuitive feeling is that because I know what your business is, we talked a little bit about that before, as a yoni seamstress, right?
Yes.
The first inkling is that the reason why you developed this business was to overcome negative energy from any kind of client that may have had any issues with men, or because it is the yoni, which is the Sanskrit word for vagina. And then you had this awakening where you wanted to develop the business in order to serve clients' needs. So let me first take a little bit of a deeper look into the pictures and see what comes out. You know, what's interesting is that within this card, and I'm going to show her, what's in this card is that you notice that there's this male-like figure that's in the forefront, but then you have this woman that's in the background who's kind of overshadowing, because it says overcoming negative energy with feminine power, overshadowing this male figure. Not to say that this male figure is particularly domineering. Well, actually, I would say domineering. The woman behind the scenes is looking to show more love, because her face looks more compassion, and I feel like that's something that you had to go through on your own, is to look to see how to overcome the domineering effects that men have, you know, typically in stereotypical world on women. And so because of that domineering, that's the key word here that I keep hearing from my guides. Domineering is a negative type characteristic to have, but the woman is often kind of faded in the background. So what you're looking to do in this business, and we'll probably get a little bit more into it when we get to the present day card, is allowing that woman to step out into the forefront more, to show all of her beauty, because as you can see, the earrings, all of the details, the makeup and such, we want to push this to the back, this domineering male figure, and bring this woman up to the front a little bit more. And I'm sorry, I should have had that in the camera a little bit more. So this is what I was referring to, this woman right here, and this domineering male figure here. And then, because like I said, these 2 cards came together, we have this same figure and this same woman, and so you can see the changes from this card to this card. The woman is not so much in the background anymore. This is what I was just mentioning that you're looking to do, bring the woman out, and you can see, instead of allowing this male figure. And you can see that the male figure is kind of almost walking off, and she's facing the front, so she's showing, hey, this is who I am. I'm standing here with my my staff, and I am showing my power. I am showing my power. And so that's what you want to do throughout your businesses, allow women to show their power through the care of their vagina, their yoni.
Yes. love those cards.
So we're just going to kind of put these cards off to the side. I know they may not be in the foreground of the reading. I'll try to put them a little bit over here. Okay. So this is a present day card. Spirit of the Isis, Triumph of the Goddess. Now, let me take a look at, I love this card because this just kind of it extends the story from these previous two cards, saying that, look, women are here and we're here to stay. And it's so funny that this comes up because of all the things that's going on in the current climate, social world with the Me Too movement, and the spirit of Isis is so powerful. And so I think this card is I'm going to go to the guidebook actually on this one, because I want to see what the guidebook has to say. But before I continue to, before I go to that book, my first impression is actually the sun figure that's surrounding. Let me tilt the card a little bit so you can see that sun figure kind of behind her. And I know the card is orange, but my immediate perception is confidence moving forward in your business. Is this making sense to you?
Yes, it does.
Okay.
Thank you.
Good. And what I mean by yellow is that because when you initially think of what a sun looks like, you mean it's a yellow sun. And yellow corresponds with the chakra point, the solar plexus, which corresponds to confidence and standing in your truth. And so this goes along with the saying at the bottom, Triumph of the Goddess. And so throughout your business, this is what you're going to be doing. It's just completely healing women from the inside out, not just their yoni, but their spirit as well.
Yes.
Is that something that you're looking to do?
Yes.
Okay. So let me take a look here. I know Savannah doesn't mind that if I take a look here in the book to see what I may find, just to give her a little bit more in-depth information behind this. Alright, so I know you can't read that, but it talks about, it says it's helpful on the inner path to let go and detach over and over again, and yet we need to stay true to our heart and not give up on what we feel we are here to do. And then at the beginning, I'm sorry I read down there, but at the beginning it says there are times to surrender and let go. There are never times to give up. Persist with your bold faith, inspired action until the impossible happens. Isis has the spirit of triumph and will never fail in her quest. No matter how bold or impossible it seems, believe. And so that's a testament, because you want to make sure that you continue to walk in this path, no matter how hard it may get. You know, she's standing fierce. Stand like she is, because again, going back to these two past cards, you see she's standing here with her staff, and she's standing here again, but it's just her, and she's the only one doing it. It's all her.
This reading is so perfect. Oh my goodness.
So the spirit of Isis is with you.
Yay!
Okay, good. I'm so happy. I'm happy for you, honey. Okay, so let's look at the future card. All right, you ready?
I don't know. the present and the past was so on point. I'm kind of scared. Okay, future, let's go.
We're going to tie it all together here at the end, but okay, again, this was inverse, so I'm not going to read it as such. But it says, Truths Unveiled, the Revelation of Isis. And so this is interesting because in these first three cards, we see Isis in her femininity, and then now you see her even more bold. But then we have this figure right here, but this is a female let me look at, no, I'm sorry, not female. That's another male standing in here. And so her look has changed dramatically throughout the pictures until we get to this one where she is nothing but grace, nothing, everything about her just rings out beauty. And let me take a look and see if there are any symbols or anything that stick out on here for me. Make sure that y'all can see that card. You know what stands out in this card actually is this pot that he's holding that's full of fire. And so we have this. I'm not sure what entity he is, but I'm not sure if he's the same. He doesn't look the same. Entity standing here with his pot with fire and fire burning inside. It's like almost where everything comes to fruition, everything comes to pass. Oh yeah, he does look like, now let me see. Yeah, he does look like the one in the first. So, oh my gosh. So now we're going to have okay, sorry, y'all. I'm just now coming to this conclusion. But we have everything coming in full circle almost. So you have this entity over here on this card showing up, and then now we have him showing up again, looking the opposite way. So we have this figure looking that way, and then we have this figure looking this way. I should do more research and figure out who this figure is. And this is where I come to tell the client that I have absolutely no idea who he is, but I'm assuming because of this that he's definitely important. So the client won't mind, and I'm going to take a look because I want to make sure that she's getting the most accurate information possible. But then you have him walking with the fire. It's almost as if the support and the passion is the torch is being carried on, where she can rest. She can live in a place of peace. And so everything that you've worked for, with the truths unveiled, everything that you've worked for is there, and it's going to come to fruition. All of the hard work, all of the joy, and all of the manifestations that you called to be, the passion within the fire, there is no other choice but for it to be successful. And so, yes. Are you okay, dear?
This reading is perfect.
Oh, yes. I just want you to know that whatever times that you've had to go through from your past to your present, it's all for it. Because over here, again, you're trying to overcome the darkness of whatever men have done to you in your past, and then you went through an awakening period within your femininity and developed the business based off of that. Am I correct?
Yes.
And then you go here to your present, and you're like, hey, this is what I'm gonna do. I have no choice but to succeed. I'm standing here on my own, and I'm not alone, because you feel the presence of the goddess helping and aiding you along the way. Do you not? Yes. And then here you go from the darkness to, hey, somebody else, going from, how do I want to say it? The help, the help that you want to carry on your torch is there. And this is coming from a masculine figure. So you don't have to do it alone. You can rest. Okay. Yes. So all of these lead from your past to your present, to your future rather. But this is going to only happen if you continue to listen to the spirit, listen to your guidance, listen to your own intuition, and do what you need to do. Okay? It doesn't matter what's happened in the past. What matters is that right here in your present is that you're moving forward, and you're following through to get to this end result. Okay. Does that make sense to you?
Yes, I love this reading. Thank you so much.
Aww. Good.
This reading was definitely on point. It definitely resounded with me, and I love it.
Good. I'm glad. Now let me just see, because I wanted to see if there was anything else that your guides may want you to know. Let me just have a moment here where I'm going to close my eyes and tune into my guides and see. I don't know why this is coming to my mind, but you know the song Pink Cadillac by Patti LaBelle? Ain't that Patti LaBelle? Aretha Franklin, God, yes. Aretha, yeah, that song is coming to mind. I want you to listen to that song. I do. That song is coming to mind. So take a listen to the lyrics. I think there's something in there that may, if I knew the song, I would tell you, but since I
know
don't.
Every single word to the song.
Okay. So is that something that resonates with you, that
it
song?
It does.
Okay.
It actually does. The name of my company has pink in it. And yesterday I kept having thoughts of riding in a big black Cadillac.
Are you serious?
Escalade. And I don't like big trucks like that, but I kept having the thoughts yesterday of being on the passenger side of a big black Cadillac Escalade.
That's funny.
So it's funny for you to mention that, and you know I always drive down the street with my music blasting. Always. So that song to me represents freedom.
Yeah.
It represents flowing because she's riding in a drop top. Yes. And she's zooming down the street in the pink Cadillac, and you just envision the wind blowing through her hair. Yeah. And that's how I feel every time I sing that song. And we all know that Aretha just recently passed away. So to me, that represents being free. Yeah. So all of that ties in nicely with this reading for today. Wow. It all results in freedom.
Yes, yes. Oh my goodness. I'm so glad that you shared that with me. That's confirmation for me. Because, you know, I may not always understand what comes to mind, but the client always understands, especially with certain songs and such, when they resonate with the client. Good.
I love it.
Yeah. Now, did you have any other questions or need any other clarifications or anything?
No, I'm so happy right now. I'm totally stoked with this. I'm just thrilled. I am.
Good. Well, I didn't receive anything else, and so I'm going to say that yes, okay, my guides are saying this is enough. Yes, my guides have spoken, and they said this is enough, and so I am going to conclude this reading with a closing prayer. And so I just wanted to say thank you for allowing our guides and angels to provide clarity and insight for Savannah. We appreciate your presence here today, as we know that, you know, we never take you for granted for the love that you bestow upon us and cover us in, and the intuitive guidance that you're always giving us on a day-to-day basis. So before we close, I'm just going to ask that Savannah continues to follow her own instincts and follow her own intuitive guidance and her hits of inspiration, because we know that that is going to help her to lead to the success that she wants within her business. And so as we close this reading, we just want to say thank you again, and that's it. Ashe.
Ashe.
Yes. Good. So how do you feel?
I feel excited. I feel happy.
Good.
I feel relieved.
Yes.
I feel like my purpose has been reignited.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Good. Well, you're welcome, dear. It's always a pleasure, okay? And I love you.
I love you.